Greetings from the Big Bend of Florida. We're driving to Pelicamp, where we're going to make Minitini the original trailer roadworthy again and take it on at least one more adventure. Some things will need to be upgraded, some will have to be replaced, but with a little bit of TLC, I think Minitini will be on the road once again in no time. Everything is pretty overgrown here. It's been a pretty rainy summer in Florida. We haven't been here in like 3 months. Anyway, let's see what Minitini looks like after all this time. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah. You may think, what's going on here? Robert, you're breaking the timeline. What happened to Route 66? Don't despair. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be following 2 alternate timelines. Route 66 on Sundays and Minitini's last adventure on some Wednesdays. Let's see what it looks like inside. Yeah, this'll work. First, let's put up the flag, signaling we have arrived. Second, let me turn on the well. Yeah, at some point I gotta get me a well house. I'm going to release the pressure and get some fresh water in that tank. Pelicamp Springs! Anyway, we gotta get a lot of work done here, making sure Minitini is inhabitable for tonight. So, see you tomorrow. Good morning. Pelicamp is so overgrown. Well, yeah, we arrived yesterday, afternoon. Actually, we made it in record time. The first time we make it here in less than 8 hours from Miami. And, yeah, it is overgrown. By the way, Minitini, the original, it's working, everything works for the most part. We have a water leak behind the toilet. Beautiful morning here at Pelicamp, but it is gonna get hot later, so I'm gonna get to work. It's still hot, it's just gonna get hotter. Sorry I haven't been filming much. It's been a lot of work and hot and humid. And I misplaced the socket adapter for the cordless drill, so we have to do it by hand. And these jacks, they've been sitting here for years, they're all rusted out, so it is kind of hard to turn. This is going to be the first road trial, so I just want to make sure the wheels still turn, the brakes still work, the signal lights, brake lights, running lights, that kind of thing. I'm going to drive around the Batey first, and then I'm going to drive around the neighborhood. So, baby steps. These first few days, we're just trying to assess how everything is working with the RV, and at this point, definitely 3 things may need replacing. The toilet, the battery, and the hitch. Yeah, I want to change the hitch too. And none of this we can take care of immediately. We're gonna need to order some parts, so we're going back to Miami, and we'll return in a couple of weeks. Wow, Minitini is a low rider. I really don't remember it being so close to the ground. Lift kits maybe? Well, hello everybody and greetings from Pelicamp, our North Florida retreat here. Well, I don't know if you've heard, but I've decided to resurrect Minitini 1. Not that I was dead or anything like that, but we're gonna start traveling with it again. Well, for those of you new to my videos, this is our original trailer that we purchased back in 2014. So in September, this September is going to be our 11th RV-versary, believe it or not. It seems like it was yesterday that, we saw it online and we drove to Fort Myers just to see it. And an hour later, we were signing on the dotted line. But anyway, that's the story of Minitini, which I called Minitini 1 eventually, for the past 5 years. That I've had other trailers, but Minitini, the original, has been sitting here for 5 years. So there are certain things that we need to do. I mean, it's held up pretty well for an RV that has been sitting here for so many years. The first thing that we did yesterday, actually, I replaced this because this was looking like really, really ugly. And we're gonna replace certain things. I mean, the jack is still working, so we're gonna keep it. I might replace or just remove altogether these stabilizing jacks. We have a pretty big storage here. I'm gonna show you later. The Truma AquaGo, which we bought. This is the original Truma. This is no Comfort or Comfort Plus or anything like that. This is a plain Truma that I installed back in the day when the Truma AquaGo wasn't even that famous. But this RV came with an awful a water heater from the factory, so I decided to, I wanted to have, decently comfortable showers. I mean, I did lose the cap for this. This broke off. I may install a brand new city water inlet. And this is our gravity fill here. And we've got all kinds of critters here at Pelicamp. I mean, I'm not gonna fix all the cosmetic issues with Minitini. I don't know how long we're gonna really keep this, but at least a year, until we find another trailer that suits our needs. And I'm gonna go on a limb and tell you, we're picky. One negative about Minitini here is that it's very low, so even the sewer outlet is sometimes dumping uphill, believe it or not. I have to do a new license plate holder. But other than that, I mean, amazingly enough, everything works. One of the things that I want to install is a new tire pressure monitoring system, because I have one, but I don't know, I have misplaced the little screen, so I bought one. And I mean, by the way, some of the products that I'm going to show you in this video are sponsored. This one is not. This one I actually bought with my own money. And eventually I need to put a new battery on it. And I'm going to replace the old Prop Ride hitch. I mean, this is one of the best hitches out there, the Prop Ride. But as you can see, it's been sitting here for a couple of years. And the folks who did my roof a couple of years ago actually damaged some of these parts, bent them, and they didn't know how to tow the trailer, so they removed the hitch and they damaged it in the process. So I'm gonna fix that, and for now I'm just gonna get a new hitch. I mean, they have a lifetime warranty, so eventually I might just tell them to send me the parts, but at this point I just wanna, we need to depart like in 2 weeks. And this is the one that I bought. It is not the most expensive or the best, but it gets the job done. And I've been using this particular brand and model for many years. So unfortunately, all these important decals, they have faded. So I don't really even know exactly what my GVWR is supposed to be or what the pressure is supposed to be on the tires, but I am 99% sure that the tires were supposed to be 50 PSI, so that's what we're gonna inflate them at. And we're gonna have to do all this stuff fairly early, because in the afternoon here, it's summer in Florida, it's gonna get incredibly hot and humid. So the first thing that I'm going to do is inflate these tires to the recommended 50 PSI. So I'm gonna bring the compressor, and by the way, most of our tools and accessories are in Pelicruiser, which is stored somewhere out west. So I had to buy duplicates of some of this stuff. So yeah, this is the old tire pressure monitoring system that I lost the screen. I have no idea where it is, so we're gonna remove all this and put, I mean, it's the same brand. It was also a tire minder, just a different model. It was one that had like a solar monitor. I haven't opened this battery box like in 5 years, so anything can happen here. But and I had to use one of my old belts, just because the original belt, I didn't, put it properly. I didn't tighten it properly, and it fell. It's probably still somewhere on I-75. And this is an old AGM, and I'm not gonna do anything crazy with this RV yet. In fact, I'm just gonna put another AGM here. Yeah, brand new. This one even comes with a case. I don't think my original one came with a case. Yeah, do not look at the mess I have here. Here we go. It's exactly the same one that I used to have. It comes with this, like some sort of adapter. What is this? Press stop valve adapter. Okay. And you just connect this to the battery, and then this are the tires. And it comes with, it's not the most accurate thing in the world, but it comes with a built-in TPMS as well. Well, here we go. Negative and positive. And I see a light, so we know we have power. And oh yeah, here as we can see, it's really low. It's only reading like 25 psi. We need to bring it up to 50. Yeah, these tires can handle up to 65 psi. We're only gonna do 50, just because that's what's recommended for this rig. Well, here we are. Sorry I got started without you, but while I was airing the tire, I was doing a quick unboxing here of the TPMS. This is the main screen unit, and this is very important, even on a short trailer like this, to avoid any interference. It's a repeater that for now I'm just going to connect to the battery there, but I'm sure there's going to be a better way to connect it. It does come with this, what we used to call a cigarette lighter adapter. These new trucks, they don't come with cigarette lighters, so we're not gonna use it. But on the other hand, it's a regular USB, so it isn't so great that nowadays everything is USB, either the big one or a small one. So yeah, it's all compatible. And then this is a suction cup mount that I'm gonna put on the windshield there, and we have some handy zip ties, probably for this. So. And that's what I did in the other trailer. I put it on the frame. Maybe I'll do that again here. And what else do we need? That's it. It's installed. Oh, I forgot to show you the 4 sensors. It comes with 4 sensors, and this device can monitor up to, I don't know, I think it's 10 tires or something like that. It's something crazy. So yeah, and it does come with the batteries too, even spares. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it simple. And what I did with the booster, I installed it right here. I connected the negative here, and then the positive I connected to the other side of that fuse there. So if anything happens, and that can really stay on all the time. I mean, the power consumption is minimal. So. Well, setup complete. That was a fairly easy setup, by the way. They make it really easy. Just follow the instructions, and as you start screwing the sensors, you tell the monitor which tire is which, and then at the end you set up the pressure that you want to have. Like one of them is 50, one of them is 49, 48, 47. That's ballpark. This 47, I might put a couple more psi on it. But if you ever had a tire pressure monitoring system, it fluctuates quite a bit. If it is cold in the morning, in the afternoon, this could be at 55, 56, and usually that's totally normal. And this device will beep if the tire pressure goes higher or lower than a certain acceptable range. I think that's all I'm gonna do outside today. Now let me show you inside. All right, let's go inside our 1706 FB. Well, here we are inside the Minitini, the OG, and excuse the air conditioner noise, this is a loud unit, but amazingly enough, everything has held up, everything works here, well, except for one thing. Oh yeah, here's our tiny bathroom, and the one thing that didn't hold up, believe it or not, is this Dometic plastic toilet. It's been leaking, and unfortunately, that leak has caused some water damage here. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna fix this, or at least make it look better, but we'll do something, at least get rid of the excess. It's I guess this rig, in order to make it lightweight, they did cut some corners, and some of the woodwork is not the best quality. It's like cardboard. So what I've done here temporarily, and I don't know if you can see it, I plugged the water inlet there, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna replace that toilet, which feels like it is like the second toilet I replaced in less than a year. But that brings me to our sponsor for this video, eTrailer.com. Well, yes, I was very happy when this arrived yesterday, because finally we can take care of that water leak. And here it is. I got the exact same model that we had, because it's held up well for the 11 years, except for a tiny, it's not that tiny, but there's a minor leak back here somewhere, and that's the main thing. So I got this new one. I'm sure it's gonna work great. And again, I want to thank eTrailer for sponsoring this video. They have all kinds of stuff. They specialize like in towing accessories and off-roading stuff, like suspension, sway bars, which we did in Pelicruiser. But they also have RV toilets, batteries, hitches, even tire pressure monitoring systems. So yeah, I do want to thank them for sponsoring this video, and I was able to tour their facility over there in Wentzville, Missouri. Oh man, that's an impressive warehouse they have there, and they ship everywhere. And their main thing is their customer service. They have 7 days a week, US-based customer service, and people who know their product, they're knowledgeable people. They go through every product that they have, and they make installation videos. So you're getting the support that you need, and that's the main thing. Anyway, before installing that toilet, I'm kind of hungry. It is very AM. It is, but I'm a strange person. A lot of places they say breakfast all day. No, give me a burger all day. I'm the guy that wants to have a burger at 9 a.m. So I have some burgers in there. I have my grill here. And then installing a toilet on a full stomach may not be the greatest idea, but we'll do the toilet at the end of the day.
This is something else I replaced in the bathroom. I did it yesterday actually. This garnish on the skylight really got cooked under the Florida sun. And it was also damaged by the people who redid the roof. This should be an easy swap. I had installed a second shower clip, and I don't really know how to remove it. Oh, here we go. I guess there was a screw on it. Next, we're just gonna put a new one, and it's gonna look so much better.
Yeah, I never store my grill with the tank attached, with the propane attached, because it could be dangerous. Yeah, some of the holes are a little clogged, but hopefully it'll... And I didn't bring any oil from Miami, I forgot. I didn't think I was gonna cook, so I'm just gonna put some bacons so I can, so it can grease up season the grill. For now we have three slices of bacon that we're just gonna put lengthwise, mainly to season our grill. Yeah, all right, let me try to turn this. This is gonna be an interesting endeavor here, because what you need is tongs, but yeah, necessity is the mother of invention, and this is how we do it. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, I don't know. Right, here we got some burgers. And I already pre-seasoned one side, and then when I turn them, I'm gonna put a little more seasoning on the other side. And I'll show you what I used. Yeah, we're at 400 degrees here. That's gonna be good. Boom. 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 Let's go back to my room. There. Smoking. So I've been using this too. This we got at that at the Stinghatchee festival, the Fiddler Crab Festival. Actually, we saw it there. We took a picture and then we ordered online. And this one I got a couple of weeks ago at Freddy's Steak Burgers. So the combination of these two should be good. I mean, this one is 0 sugar, 0 carbs. It's very much like mustard based. It's very good. I like it. Swine hearts from Georgia, somewhere down yonder by the Chattahoochee. That's where they make them. Got some manchego cheese here. I think I only have 2 slices, so it's gonna be like 1 cheeseburger and 1 hamburger. And we don't have any bread, so it's gonna be like very much keto. Yeah, it needs a little more on that side.
Playing with my food this way is actually very satisfying.
Oh crap, it's coming apart. Yeah, maybe not the best type of cheese for this, but it's what we had. Imported from Spain, baby. Yeah, we'll let it melt a little bit and then we'll eat.
Okay, I can't procrastinate anymore. This is the moment I've been dreading, but it's really simple. 2 nuts and a water line, and once you do it once, it's easier the second time. I did a really good black tank flush to minimize any odors. It's really not that bad. Scan the QR code you see on the screen or click the link in the video description to get this item or anything else at eTrailer.com. It's like quicksand. At some point I have to put some kind of pad here, at least some road base. Pelicruiser would certainly sink. Well, if you can't tell, I'm going to pack my bearings for the second time. It is supposed to be simple, right? Remove the plastic and rubber caps, insert the grease pump, and start pumping. Not a difficult process, it is just time consuming. We've got some grease coming out already. Let's do a little more for good measure.
So I guess that's all there is to it. 1 down, 3 to go.
Now putting that little rubber cap back on, a little bit of a challenge with my gloves on. Eventually I just used my bare hands.
Well, yeah, we're gonna take Minitini for a spin here. Its first spin longer than a quarter mile and faster than 30 miles an hour. But before that, I wanted to give you a quick tour. See, for those of you like new to the channel or newer that haven't watched any of my videos before 2020, well, this is the RV that started it all, you know, Minitini, the original. And I'm gonna turn off the AC here real quick for a second, just because it is a little bit loud. But yeah, this is what it looks like inside. It's very small. It does feel very small after other rigs we've traveled with. But let me switch cameras, because you don't want to be looking at me. You want to be looking at Minitini, the OG. And turning the camera around, here we go. This is our legendary map. Of course, Minitini has not been to all these states, but this is like a composite map of all the states we've been to. And yeah, we've been to all 48, 49, counting Alaska, and we've seen all Great Lakes at this point, just not all of them with Minitini. And that's why with every new rig, this is the master map, but with any new rig that we get, we're gonna start a brand new map. And this is a slightly modified Winnebago Micro Mini 1706 FB. These are some hooks that I have here where I put caps, sometimes, you know, like dirty clothes. I sweat a lot here when I'm working on the property at Pelicamp, so you know, sometimes we'll hang those, because yeah, this is a wardrobe closet that didn't come with Minitini. Yeah, this was one of my first mods here in Minitini. I called Winnebago and asked them, you know, because they had part numbers, and as if you see, you know, every year they kind of change the design, so it's not exactly the same door, but it works. This used to be up here, a TV and a small storage area. Well, I turned it into a wardrobe closet, because that's, to us, that's a lot more useful than a tiny TV up there. So I was able to modify that, and we have more storage down here. I don't know if you can see. And storage here, I have a little bit of a mess, but you know, we'll get to everything eventually. Let me flip the camera around here to our bathroom. We have a small mirror up there, kind of tough for the vertically challenged, so I installed the second mirror here. This is mostly original. I installed a fantastic fan because it came with one of those tiny fans. That's our brand new toilet right there, a very tiny shower, and a sink, and a place down here to store stuff. I installed this paper towel holder, and this it came with. Coming to the galley, yeah, it's actually quite nice, and it's held up really well for the age of this rig. I mean, this is an 11-year-old rig at this point with many miles on it, but everything, even this range starts better than, I mean, you just flip it, and it just starts. It's even better than Pelicruiser and other rigs that we've had. Here we have two small drawers. Here we have some storage. That's where we have our trash. More storage down here. More storage down there. That's our converter box down there. And this is the switch for an inverter that I installed back in the day. And this is an inverted power outlet. So if we ever need to boondock and need inverted outlet, that's the only thing that would work while boondocking. I mean, this installation I did it myself, and I'm not exactly an electrician. I don't have the skills, but it worked well at the time. Here we have a regular microwave, no convection, nothing like that. It's just a regular one. And here we have a spice rack. Right now I only have salt and pepper, but we're gonna add more for the long trip. This up here used to be just an open space. I added this net so we could store stuff up there. That's where solar controller is, and I have to remove that. That's I used to have a Wi-Fi arranger here that was never too useful. We have a 3-way fridge here. This will work with AC, DC, and propane, and yeah, it's for what it is. It's very nice. Yeah, they had the Winn-Dixie in town is going out of business, so they had a special, so we had to 40% off. We had to take advantage of it. 40% off. That's quite good. And then this is the bedroom. There's a curtain, for privacy, as much privacy as you can have in. I mean, this is the whole rig right here. As much privacy as you can have here. There's that privacy curtain. This is a short queen here. We may be replacing this mattress soon. We have 2 more drawers down here, which are fairly large, very nice. And more storage up here, and more storage up here. And I'm gonna turn the AC back on because I'm kind of dying here. Anyway, I don't know if I forgot anything. Oh, I did. This right here, this used to be a 2-person dinette. And at some point I decided that a desk would be more useful, especially for, us, a working couple. This over here, this doesn't belong here. This is just the internet for Pelicamp. But yeah, everything else, it's a little bit of a mess. I haven't really prepared it for road travel. But down here is where I have all my power outlets. And it just works. The only thing, we don't have like a second sitting area like to relax and whatnot. So will we keep, by the way, I added a second fantastic fan here. Will we keep Minitini, the OG, forever? Probably not, but while we find that perfect 25-footer without slides, this is gonna be home on the road on the East Coast this year. All right, now we're gonna take it for a spin, because I've driven it around the neighborhood, but no high speed, no more than 3/4 of a mile. So let's go, take it for a spin, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Minitini rides again, and it rides well. I hope you're going to enjoy this alternate, almost real-time mini-season, which will be published certain Wednesdays starting in about 3 weeks, in which we're going to drive up to New Jersey to hang out with friends at the NJ25 meetup, then the Hershey RV Show. And we've been there before almost every one of the past 10 years. But this time we're actually going to be shopping for our next Raider. Simple criteria: 23 to 25 feet long, absolutely no slides, dual axles, large holding tanks, and decent construction. A dinette for work, a sofa for relaxation, and a permanent or Murphy bed. There are not too many that meet that criteria, believe it or not, but we have found a few that might fit the bill. After that, we're meeting more YouTuber friends at the M25 YouTubers meetup. And then, on the way back to Florida, we might visit a couple of places east of the Mississippi. I've always wanted to visit Detroit. Meanwhile, the Route 66 series will continue every Sunday until we reach the Pacific Coast. As always, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road.